Welcome to this worship service at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation at Shelter Rock. I'm the Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore. I'm a minister at this congregation with the Reverend Jennifer Brower and the Reverend Jay Brooks. Today we are joined by our musicians, Sarah Moulton-Foe, Brace Negron, Michael St. Peter, Leah Wool, Nathaniel Nanasa, and our music director, Stephen Smith. In this congregation, we seek to create loving religious community, to encourage spiritual growth, and to build a more just and joyful world. We seek here to restore the balance of our spirits, to celebrate the joys of life, and to find the strength to meet life's sorrows. You may be new to Unitarian Universalism. Ours is a religious tradition which embraces the wisdom of all faiths and values diversity. We believe in using science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's meaning and mystery. We believe that you do not need to think alike, to love alike. Please visit our website for more information on Unitarian Universalism and the Unitarian Universalist Congregation at Shelter Rock. After the service, you are invited to our online coffee hour to meet new friends and see the faces of friends you have been missing. This service welcomes the wisdom of Hanukkah into our community. Let us worship together. Our chalice lighting today is by Albert Schweitzer. At times our own light goes out and is rekindled by another person. Each of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. And our opening words are by Adrienne Rich. My heart is moved by all I cannot save. So much has been destroyed. I have cast my lot with those who, age after age, perversely, with no extraordinary power, reconstitute the world. Please join now in our words of affirmation. The congregation's words of affirmation express the purpose and intention of our gathering in religious community. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need. These do we affirm and covenant with each other.
To serve human need. Each Sunday, our covenant leads us to take a special collection to help people in need. As we continue to rise to so many challenges, the pandemic, food insecurity, and rising food prices, many families are struggling. Today and through the end of the year, our donations benefit the North Shore Soup Kitchen and the AIDS Center of Queens County, two organizations that are working to provide holiday meals and further food support for families in need. For this special collection, use a smartphone or other device to make a donation on our website, via text message, or through PayPal.
I share with you all the adapted work of Robin Landerman Zucker, Blessed Art Thou. Like many UU families, the Interfaith Zuckers lit Hanukkah candles each year using Grandma Esther's hand-me-down menorah. Ritual prayers began, Baruch atah Adonai, blessed art thou, O Lord. Many years ago, the Zuckers' 9-year-old daughter, who had a habit of charmingly fracturing many a phrase, intoned loud and clear as a bell, Baruch atah Illinois, blessed art thou, Illinois. Needless to say, everyone laughed pretty heartily. It is amusing, though, to ponder whether the Prairie State might actually be more sacred than, say, the Buckeye State, the Pine Tree State, the Show Me State, the Gopher State, the Empire State, or the Mass Bay Colony. But it isn't. Sacred space is where you find it, where you feel grounded and at home and blessed. No pun intended, but it is a state of mind. Yes, Illinois is surely the promised land for someone, and Lake Michigan is as holy as the Jordan. But maybe what you consider hallowed ground is the quiet, shaded corner of your yard where you will inhale the first hint of spring. or a trail in Central Park that you happen to love. Or it could be our UU Cafe in the social hall where you commune with your friends, or at Silver Bay on our retreat where you exhale a litany of sighs. So blessed art thou, Illinois, Oregon, Maine, Tennessee, Hawaii, New Hampshire, New York. Blessed art thou, window seat in the living room and favorite pew, old bench at the beach, the choir seat in the worship room, the religious education classroom, the garden, the wooded trail. Blessed art thou, all of the places where we feel at home and connected. Blessed art thou, all of the sacred places, and all the promised lands which we create and inhabit together, today and in the days to come. So may it be.
We have come to banish night, banish it with candlelight. All the little candle rays join to make a mighty blaze. Banish darkness, banish night. Hanukkah is the feast of light. Banish darkness, banish night. Hanukkah is the feast of light. Who did save us from every peril? Help us now to fight all evil. Thou art our helper, thou art our Savior, thou art our strength and our Redeemer. Thou didst save us from every peril, help us to fight all evil. Thou who didst save us from every peril, help us now to fight all evil. Thou art our helper, thou art our Savior, thou art our strength and our Redeemer. We have come to banish night, banish it with candlelight. All the little candle rays join to make a mighty blaze. Banish darkness, banish night. Hanukkah is the feast of light. Banish darkness, banish night. Hanukkah is the feast of light.
Hanukkah is the commemoration of a time in Jewish history. In 165 BCE, the land of Judea was occupied by a foreign army. Many Jewish people did not like the way that others tried to rule over them. They did not want to worship Greek gods in the Jewish temple. They wanted to be free to determine how they were to practice their own religion and not have it decided for them by others. A leader of those who resisted was Judah Maccabee. His followers were called the Maccabees, and they decided to fight for their religious freedom, for the freedom to determine for themselves their own identity in their own land. The Maccabees were facing a much larger army, but they were determined, and they fought for years and finally won their freedom. To seal the victory, the Maccabees went to the Jewish temple in Jerusalem. At that time, there was only one temple, the temple in Jerusalem, and they sought to rededicate the temple for Jewish worship. But when they got there, when they got to the temple, there was only enough pure and blessed oil to burn during the rededication ceremony for one night. Now, you might imagine the sadness, the tiredness, the weariness present in that moment. After so many years of struggle, to find that you might not be able to have this ritual that signaled that all would now be made right. Still, in that moment, after all that had come before, the Maccabees found the strength, they found the faith to move forward. They lit the menorah with the oil that they had and hoped for the best, prayed for the best, and their determination, their taking this first step, called forth a miracle. The oil that should have lasted for one night lasted for 8 nights. And 8 nights was what it took to press more oil to continue burning the menorah for as long as the temple stood. Hanukkah commemorates this miracle. And each year, Jewish people around the world reenact the Maccabees bringing the light to the temple. Now, you don't have to believe in miracles. You don't have to be Jewish to find meaning in this story. You can choose to believe that the light will always push back the darkness, that the wheel of the year will turn from winter to spring, always. This year, our darkness has been compounded by our many disappointments, our sorrows. We had hoped that there would be an end to the pandemic once vaccines arrived. But that did not happen. We had hoped that our nation would be less divided and our world more at peace. We had seen so much trauma together as a world community. We had hoped that it would move us past our differences, past our fears, our anger, our hurts, but it did not. These battles within ourselves have not been won. Night after night and candle after candle, we must still fight against hate and fear and pour into this darkness hope and resilience. The Hanukkah story can remind us that each of us can light a candle in the darkness. Each of us may light the one candle, but find that our one candle leads to other candles being lit. We can ourselves be beacons of hope and renewal. Each year at Hanukkah, people are asked to imagine themselves as miracle workers. The original story of Hanukkah is about a military victory. But after the battle, Judas Maccabee ordered festivals and feasting. These are signs of new life and renewal. This was the purpose of the battle, the internal commitment that was not to be forgotten. Today, Hanukkah commemorates us bringing faith and family together. In celebration, we embrace the community spirit and commitment to religious freedom. For 8 nights, Jewish families light the menorah, say prayers, and eat foods which connect them to this ancient story. We become a living ritual. A candle is lit in the darkness, and we all again know the miracle of light and hope that renewal is always possible. Rededication is always possible. The miracle of renewal is here again at hand. It is right there before us. We are reminded that it is always right there before us. This may seem almost impossible to believe in these times of discomfort and fatigue. We are so tired, and yet, this perhaps irrational act of faith, this has been an act of faith across generations. It is an act we must recommit ourselves to, this act of belief, this act of possibility. As Unitarian Universalists, we honor this which is the spiritual wisdom of Judaism, the spiritual wisdom of Hanukkah. May we hold it in our hearts always.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children, with thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. But light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, that anger won't tear us apart. And light one candle to bring us together with peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly? We keep it alive in that flame. What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? Have we come this far always believing that justice would somehow prevail? This is the burden and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out, it's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out, let it shine through our love and our tears.
We gather in the coming chill of winter, finding warmth from each other, nourishing hope where reason fails. Let's share together a quiet moment of meditation or prayer with these words from the Bethel congregation in Sudbury, Massachusetts. grateful for small miracles. We rejoice in the wonder of light and darkness and the daring of hope. Holy One of blessing, your presence fills creation. You made us holy with your commandments and called us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Holy One of blessing, your presence fills creation. You performed miracles for our ancestors in days of old at this season. Holy One of blessing, your presence fills creation. You have kept us alive. You have sustained us. You have brought us to this moment.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing. Show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light flame.
By thy light gleam, by thy light flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
May we honor the lights of Hanukkah, the candles in the darkness which illuminate miracles and acts of renewal. May we celebrate the wisdom found in the Jewish tradition and all of the gifts of the many cultures and the faith traditions which we bring to our Unitarian Universalist home. We prepare now to extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are gathered together again, even through our devices. Go forward into this day with peace.
Amen.